Keep your dog from jumping on other people. Please like and subscribe to support this great content. Thank you. Today's video is inspired by my dad and something he and I were talking about in his community. He lives in a community with mostly people over 60, 65. And there's a lot of people with dogs, and those people can't necessarily keep their dogs from jumping on other people. And of course, this is a concern when people are older. They don't want to fall and hurt themselves. Their balance may not be great, right? And it's just respectful to anyone of any age to not let your dog jump on them. So this video is going to show you how I would go about not allowing my dog to jump on people. So the first thing you have to do is hold the leash correctly. And if I don't want the leash to slip through my hands, I take my thumb, I put it through the loop like this, and I close my hand like this. That way, it's very secure, and you don't have to worry about the leash slipping through your hands. Make sure you're not using a flexi leash, and use a leash that's comfortable to your hands. Secondly, is make sure you hold your hands down at your sides. I see a lot of people allowing their dog to pull them, and they have their arm out like this, and of course it's going to throw you off balance. If you are off balance, your dog will be able to pull you over and drag you to another object more easily. But if you have your arm like this, your dog can't pull you as much. And if you have poor balance, spread your feet apart and kind of sit down in your legs a little bit, put your weight a little bit lower. A lot of people in this community are also a little bit older, so they may not have the balance or the strength that they used to have, but you can just by holding your body in a better way, you can control your dog a lot better. The other thing I would say, just in general, is don't let your dog pull you all over when you're walking. And again, if you just hold your arms down, this is going to be a lot easier for you. Let's say someone's coming up to say hello to Chardonnay. Come here, Char. So the first thing I want to do, let's say Char and I are walking along and someone's coming and Chardonnay is super friendly. She wants to say hi. I make sure I'm holding my leash properly in whichever hand is comfortable to you. And then I will hold the leash how I showed you with the thumb at a very short distance. And what this means is that the dog then only has 2 feet or so of leash to move, but they can't move very far. If you hold the leash out here, the dog can go 6 feet from you. If you hold the leash here, they can't go as far. Now, this may seem like common sense, but I see people do the opposite of this all the time. So apparently it's not common sense for a lot of people. If you really want to train your dog to meet people properly, it takes a little bit more work. So you can teach them to sit and then stay there until you say, okay, go say hello. I've done this many times. The dog has to wait to be released with the say hello until the dog is calm. So that way the dog isn't getting rewarded for its hyper behavior. If you let a dog say hello to someone and they're all excited, they're getting rewarded for being excited, right? And you also have to tell your person that's approaching you, hey, I'm trying to work on my dog not jumping on people and not being too excited. Would you mind just standing about 6 feet away from me until I get her calmed down enough to say hello? I find that if you tell people what you're doing and be very proactive about it, they'll be like, oh, sure, yeah, I'll help you. But if you just sit there and like try and hold your dog back and all this, they'll be like, oh, it's okay. He can come say hi. Or they might even, if they go and like look at your dog and they're like, hi, Pookie, the dog's going to get even more excited. So that way if I tell them, I'm like, hey, just look up here, let's just have a conversation for a few minutes while my dog calms down. Again, holding the leash short like this so that the dog can't go anywhere. So my husband's gonna role play with me. Okay. So a little tension up till she sits.
Cute. Should I pet her?
If you wouldn't mind just staying there and not looking at her while I practice
Okay.
getting my dog to calm down.
Oh, okay.
And then I would use a little tension up on Char and see how short the leash is so she can't go over to the person. If she started jumping, I would just simply step in front of her until she calms down, like this. And then once she's calmed down, then I can say, okay, Char, say hello. Say hello.
Hello, Chardonnay.
If she started jumping again, I would just bring her back. Chardonnay, come. Just bring her back and start over again.
You want some pets too?
Good girl. Thanks, babe.
Bye, Chardonnay.